Listen.
If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. Well, one thing, when you set up a system where you decide what having it all means, okay? The white supremacists set the value systems up for people all over the world. You know, you wear a suit and a tie, you're a businessman, all right? And, you know, and you can do business because they say this is the business suit. So even people who don't particularly care for the system of white supremacy, who are people of color, they say, well, hey, if you're going to do business, if you're going to be taken seriously, and the only way you can be taken seriously is that you wear a suit, whatever that means. What is a suit? And a tie. And what is a tie for? It's something you put, a piece of cloth that you put around your neck that kind of hangs down from your neck. And what is that all about? Well, you got to have it if you're going to be taken seriously. Okay, according to whom? According to the white supremacists. I'm not sitting down and talking to you and you come in there, I mean, with your pants down and your shoes unlaced and your hair all over going in different directions and whatnot, and you talking about you're a creature to be taken seriously. You're something to be shot because you look like an animal. Why? Because I say you look like an animal. That's why. All right? So it's the same way with what the value of a female is who wears dark skin. All right? What is that worth? That's not worth nothing to anybody. I mean, except to make some more animals to be used and mistreated. That's all that's good for. I mean, what she thinks or what her ambitions are or how she thinks she's supposed to look and all like that, who cares? Who is supposed to care? This is a throwaway creature. All it's good for is reproducing some more things for us as white supremacists to use for whatever we want to use for in the form of mistreatment. And when we get tired, in answer to the basic question of just being in charge, just being supreme, we get bored. So we just check out. We kill ourselves. Because we ain't got nothing else to do no way. I mean, you know, we know more than anybody. We can go any place at any time. Nobody stops us from doing anything. And so after we've eaten all the food and traveled here and traveled there, and we've told people that you come in and buy this little bag and you'll be somebody. Why? Why if I buy this bag, I'll be somebody? Because I said so with your dumb self. You do what I say. What I say is valuable is valuable. And I got a little bag here with my name on it, and that's valuable. And you should work for 50 years to try to get one of these bags. And then you can take it down and show it to your other dumb black people, all right? And they'll kill you for it. And that's a part of my business, too. And I'll put my name on the side of some shoes that I make, and I'll get you killed for that. Because that's what I train you all to do, to worship whatever I give you and tell you that it's worth something, and you'll kill each other for it. And that's a part of my plan. But every now and then, I get tired of the whole thing. I mean, I do so much of it, I get sick of myself. So I just check out. So what? I mean, you know, because, hey, I don't know, because I can. I'm a master. So if I decide that I don't want to breathe no more, I just stop breathing. So what? You know, because I like death anyway. I like to see dead things, mostly dead things in the form of black bodies. I like to see them dead. Or anything that non-white people do, that's the way you look at it, that is of constructive value. I tell people, anytime you're doing anything of constructive value, you're hurting the system of white supremacy, because no person of color is supposed to do or say anything that makes sense. I mean, so anytime any people who have color in their skin do anything that has constructive results, something beneficial that helps people to think constructively or to act constructively rather than non-constructively, you are hurting the system of white supremacy. The white supremacists want the entire world of people of color to always do stupid things. And many people of color, black people in the northwestern hemisphere, under the system of white supremacy, we are taught to worship anything that's stupid. Just go and find something stupid to do and do as much of it as we possibly can do and walk around bragging about it. All right? That's how we have been taught. We're systematically taught to do that. And in a school, I mean, the young male or female who is black in an all-black school is kind of ridiculed, I have heard. Because I have certainly witnessed it, and not as much as in the old days when I was coming up, people were more constructive than I understand that they are now.
Yes.
That in a lot of the schools, you can't learn anything of constructive value because the person who is trying to learn something and do something of constructive value is ridiculed, and by the other students who want to do something that doesn't make sense at all. Now, they didn't get that naturally. That's something that's been taught to them indirectly by the white supremacists. And to answer to the persons who asked that question about the rise of people who are of people of color, who are trying to do something more and more of constructive value, learn how to build a locomotive, learn how to plant better crops, learn how to go into the ground and come up with an irrigation system where they can have clean water and whatnot. The white supremacists don't want that. They want control of all of that. Anything of constructive value, they want control of it. Oil, tin, gold, anything that might be used constructively. They want to keep control of that. They don't want non-white people anywhere to have control of anything that makes sense. But anything that's a bunch of garbage, anything that fills a person's mind with garbage, if that person is black, the white supremacists are all for that. I mean, nothing but just open the top of a black person's head and just pour garbage in, this non-stop garbage, and then put the cap on it and have them walking around doing garbage stuff all of their entire existence until the white supremacists come around and beat them over the head and make them do something for the system of white supremacy that makes sense. Now, they will help a black person do something that's going to help the system of white supremacy. But the minute you do that, or not doing that rather, if you're black on this planet, the minute that the white supremacists turn you loose from doing something constructive for them, then they want you to go off and do something that's non-constructive for yourself. And we just see that in little things like, as far back as you can remember. Like I alluded to earlier in this program. You can come on a job, and on that job you're doing something constructive that the white supremacists want you to do. You're building things, you're repairing things, you're cleaning things. And the white supremacists want that. It makes them comfortable. And it makes you comfortable, all right, if you're a person of color. But the minute the white supremacists say, okay, you can go now and do some of the things, that you want to do. but they have us trained that when we leave their presence, we immediately start doing what? Like in the old days, like I said earlier in this program. Get off the job and do what? Go right down the street to the whiskey store. Buy some whiskey. That's what we used to do in the old days. And get what? Drunk. Yeah, do something stupid. And if you're half drunk, go and stab somebody, shoot somebody of color right there in your own neighborhood. And the only time you stop doing it is when the white supremacists said, okay, that's enough of that now. I mean, you know, Saturday and Sunday, we gave you time to do all that stupid stuff. Now, this is Monday, you come back and start doing something constructive for me.
Yes, sir.
Not for you, but for me. But when you're off on your own, make sure that whatever you do when you're around your cousins and your so-called friends and your neighborhood, I mean, you know, you go out and do your gang banging then and all like that. Do a whole bunch of stupid stuff wherever you are.
Yes, sir.
But when you come over on this side of town, where I am, that's the only time in your entire existence that you do something that makes sense. And let's keep it that way. Now, some people have said they've seen some cartoons of my work on the internet that have been presented, and that it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me, a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well, but when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying and attaching my name to it, and came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now, more visual than ever.